Hello. Hi, I've got a quick 5 minutes before I head out for the school run. So I really quickly wanted to just talk through this blog that I posted the other day and add a video to it. So I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnotherapy trainer and breakthrough coach trainer. And I am also a instructor of aerial and personal trainer. You obviously can see my daughter has stuck some stickers onto the desk. I'm also a mum of 2 girls. So I wanted to talk to you about the 5 things that I started doing in my coaching that made coaching sessions much more powerful. Now, I get it. It can be hard not to give advice and not to want to give suggestions and solutions to people's problems, especially when we are givers. We want to support, we want to guide and care for people. And naturally, what we want to do is provide solutions, opportunities, and ways forward. But that doesn't come from us within a coaching session, it comes from our clients. And that is where you get the real juicy breakthroughs for the clients. I always say, if you find yourself as the coach talking more than your coachee, that is a good sign that you're not coaching effectively. So here are 5 things that I started to implement within my coaching sessions that made a massive difference. And not only that, but in my life coaching diploma that is currently on offer for £47, I give you demonstrations of me carrying out these coaching sessions, and you can see firsthand the breakthroughs that the clients get when you just ask questions and stay quiet. Okay, so the first thing, I started using a clear step-by-step framework. So I started using really simple ways of taking a client through a coaching session, where it starts, where to go next, where to go next, where to go next, how to finish. So wherever we were in that coaching session, I always knew how to guide and support the client through that process, regardless of where the conversation steered to, regardless of what came up for the client. It didn't matter, because every single time we veer off or they go off on a tangent or something else comes up, you have a clear framework. I had a clear framework. Now, I say it as in past tense because I don't typically have capacity to do one-to-one coaching anymore because of my training and the other things that I do. But I do really stand by this and teach it to other people so that they can get the thorough breakthroughs. The second thing I did was I stopped giving advice and started guiding instead. If you ever find yourself saying the words like, I think you should, have you tried? This is a good idea. Or, oh, this is a good idea, so you're not just saying this is a good idea. Have you thought about? Now, these are good indications that yes, you are a giver, you wanting to support your client or the person that you're communicating with, but you're projecting your version of reality onto that person, and that may be limiting for them. And that's the last thing that you want to do, because what you want to do is create that space for them to think through things, for them to come to their own solutions, and for them to come up to their own ideas of what is possible for them. Number 3, I asked deeper and more intentional questions. So the questions can be as simple as, tell me more about that. Why do you think that? What do you think led to that? Interesting. Where do you think that came from? What makes you think that? Why? So these are such simple things to say and simple questions, but they allow the individual that you're communicating with or that you're hosting a coaching session for to really reflect and consider them questions. And then you just remain silent. The next thing I did, which leads me nicely on to number 4, I held silence to let people think. So again, if you find as the coach that you are talking more than your client, that is a good indication that you're not coaching effectively. So all you do is ask the question, and then be quiet. And the last thing I did was I started to blend coaching with the healing tools that I use. So neuro-linguistic programming, EFT, positive psychology, emotional freedom, emotional intelligence. All of these things are things that can be sprinkled so well into coaching sessions, personal training, all of these different things, hypnotherapy, NLP especially, but without that specific framework, without them clear step-by-step actions or guidance, you kind of just all over the shop, and your sessions may run over. You may end up spending a lot more time than you expected. You have no boundaries as a coach. You don't have a clear ending to your sessions, meaning that when your clients go away, they may not actually feel any more clarity or clear on the situation. So it doesn't matter what you do, whether you are a Reiki healer, an energy worker or energy healer, whether you do card readings or EFT or hypnotherapy or personal training or neuro-linguistic programming, if you do not have a really clear coaching framework, then things can become lost within the sea of conversations that you have. And coaching teamed with them kinds of things creates such a powerful and structured session that you'll be able to more effectively and confidently host coaching sessions and create workshops and group settings for your clients. So go ahead and check out my life coaching diploma. It is on offer for £47, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to make it a complete no-brainer for those who already have these tools, but also those who are wanting to start dipping their toes into coaching for the first time. If you've got any questions or you need anything from me, just pop me a message or an email. I'm always here to support you where I can. If you're not sure that this is the right thing for you, just reach out and ask. Let me know who you are, what you're thinking about using it for, and then we can always have a conversation about if it is the right thing for you or not. And if you're on the fence but you're not quite sure, just do it. For 47 quid, it's a no-brainer, and I promise you, you'll get tons and tons of value. If you need anything, you know exactly where to find me. As always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnotherapy trainer, and breakthrough coach trainer. And I'm also an aerial instructor and personal trainer. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch up with you soon.